What's up guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about my fitness journey and my eating disorder. This is a video that has been a little hard to do, I'm not gonna lie. It's a really weird subject that I don't really like to talk about, but I think it's a really good video for me to put out there because I know there's probably girls out there still struggling with this. And if I could help someone out, then I think this video was worth it. A little touchy subject. It's not something I really wanted to talk about, but I feel like I have to be extremely transparent and real with you guys on my channel. So that's why I decided to make this video. So let's get started. So let's go back about 11 years ago. I was 16 years old and I was in high school. Before that time, I never cared about calories. I had no idea what good and bad foods were. I was a very active kid my whole life, and my mom never really talked about diet. She never restricted foods for me. Like, it was never an issue. Dieting and losing weight was never something that we brought up at home, so it's not like I could say that I grew up around that, because I didn't. However, when I turned 16, I started just noticing that I had gained weight. I started noticing that clothes wasn't fitting anymore, and I think the biggest issue and the reason why I had to gain weight was because I had stopped doing as much sports as I used to, so I wasn't as active, and I was eating horrible foods. Like, every day I used to go to the Chinese restaurant, I would eat at the cafeteria, I would have cookies, chips, ice cream. I was constantly eating, and then also I was hitting puberty, so it was just not a good year. And I think prom was coming around that time of the year, and I started a diet. So it started as a very small diet, and just changing my eating habits. I got a gym membership with one of my friends, and I wanted to lose weight. Little did I know that that time in my life would change really quickly, and I would become obsessed over the weight loss journey. I didn't have that much weight to lose. I'm going to try and put some pictures up here of what I used to look like and then what happened after about 2 months, so you can see. I was probably still the same height, about 5'2", and I weighed 125 pounds, so not that heavy. And after about 2 months of dieting, or really just restricting calories, I lost about 25 pounds and I dropped to about 100 pounds. During that time, I just was very scared of food. I was scared to eat. Calories just ruined my life. They pretty much just consumed every little bit of energy that I had. All I cared about was what's in the food. Did you put butter in it? Oh, I can't eat that. I can't eat carbs. I couldn't eat bread. I couldn't eat pasta. I couldn't eat sauces. All I was allowed to eat was vegetables and salad. Pretty much. No candies, no chocolate, nothing that had calories or very high calories. So this was something that I just caught from the internet, and I didn't have any friends that kind of went through this with me, or if they did, we didn't talk about it. But the biggest thing was on the computer. I would be part of all these like weight loss groups, and they were all young girls like me, about 13 to 16, 17 years old, and we'd all talk about how many calories we ate that day. And a lot of the girls would be like, oh, you know, I fasted, I had a water and an apple, and then we'd all cheer each other on of, yeah, good job, 0 calories today, or 100. And it was really crazy, and I don't know why as humans we do such a thing when we know that it's wrong, but there's just something in the back of our mind that we shut off, and we're just like, oh, it's fine, we'll be okay, just keep doing what you're doing to lose weight. So for many years I suffered from an eating disorder. It's not something that everybody knew. I'm sure a couple of people knew, or most people probably thought, okay, this girl's really skinny, or this girl doesn't eat much, or I've never really noticed this girl sit down and actually eat a meal, she must eat in private. But yeah, it's not something that I ever talked to anyone about. I never actually admitted to having an eating disorder until not too long ago. Every time people would ask, or even my mom or really close family members, I would always say like, no, I'm just healthy, and you know, like this, no, it's not an eating disorder, I'm just a health freak and I take care of my body and that's why. But really in the back of my mind, I knew that this was wrong. I knew that I was definitely suffering from an eating disorder, because once food becomes your enemy, and once you're scared of eating food and all you do is cardio and you just want to lose weight constantly, you have an eating disorder. Like, don't try and lie to yourself that you don't, but if that's all that you keep thinking about and that's all that's on your mind, then you kind of do. My mom kind of started noticing, my mom and my grandmother, and that I had lost weight, and I would always just lie and say that, you know, I'm just eating healthier and I started going to the gym, so it's normal. And really, I was just lying to everybody. When people would ask, oh, did you eat lunch already? I would say yes. Or I would say, oh, I'm not hungry. This went on for years and years and years. I pretty much suffered from an eating disorder on and off for about 9 years. So it's not too long ago that I actually was able to get out of it. It was right at the end of university that I kind of stepped out of it and finally moved on with life. So I know some of you are thinking, wow, that long to get out of it. When you have an eating disorder, it is extremely hard to get out of it. You are just sucked in, and mentally you don't think any different. Even just thinking about food is scary. So that's pretty much what the condition that I had was, because I know there's different kinds of eating disorder. I was never bulimic. I tried it. I tried throwing up my food once and that didn't work. I just couldn't do it. So I would rather just like not eat instead of having to go through that trouble. So yeah, it is something that is extremely hard to live with, because calories, food, and working out is constantly on your mind. That's all you can think about. During class, you weren't even thinking about what the teacher was talking about. You were thinking about what the next meal you were gonna have. Thinking about just food and calories, and it haunted your life. It was really hard because get-togethers, family parties, or just like hanging out with friends became an issue with me because I didn't want to be around food. So when people would invite me over, I would always say like, oh no, I can't make it, sorry, I have to study. But really it was me just not wanting to go through the awkwardness of being at a dinner table with their friends or with their parents, and me saying, oh, I'm not hungry, I don't want to eat your food. So that was a little hard, and it's just something that I hid for so many years. It's something that I lied about for many years as well, because I just didn't have the gut to ever tell anyone or to ever confess that I did have an eating disorder. So for the last all those years, I had never actually admitted it. I was always just hiding it and saying, no, I'm just a health freak, or no, I just really care about my diet and I just want to eat healthy food. But really I wasn't eating a lot. And doing excessive amounts of cardio, like excessive amount. If I was not running, or if I was not on the elliptical machine for about an hour to an hour and a half, then I would feel bad about myself. I would feel fat, I would feel like I gained weight, and it's just this constant mental battle with yourself. And something that happens with a lot of people who lose weight, like I did at the beginning, you are scared to go back to what you used to look like. So no matter what you do, you're always trying to not let that weight come back on, because you're so scared of it, your starting point, that you will do anything you can or stick to any diet so that you don't go back to that. Now that I think about all those years, I'm like, how did I do that? So anyways, I don't want to make this video too long, and I never tried reaching out for help. I never thought that my condition was that bad. I thought I was normal. I know I'm crazy, but I'm so happy that I finally found something that works for me, and something that was finally able to get me out of that eating disorder. And this is why I want to share it with you guys, because if there is someone out there that is kind of suffering the same thing, then you have to listen to me. Not restricting your calories and not eating and just doing excessive amounts of cardio is not going to work for you. You're just working backwards. You're not healthy. You're not going to keep losing weight. And if anything, like me, I was skinny fat, and I was actually starting to gain weight in the last couple of years, but with eating nothing. So just listen to me and I will show you the best way now, and the reason why I'm so happy now, and why I finally found what works. And what happened was, I was on Instagram about 4 or 5 years ago. I was on Instagram and I was looking at girls that I admired, girls that I looked up to, and a lot of them were bodybuilders. And I'm not, you know, thinking about this right here, like big jacked muscles everywhere. No, I was just looking at the girl with, you know, a nice toned stomach, nice glutes, you know, legs, defined arms, and I was just like, wow, I want to look like that. Like, why can't I look like that? I go to the gym every day. I eat healthy. Like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I attain that physique? And the more and more I started researching into it, I noticed how much they were eating. And they were eating 6 times a day. They were having chicken, rice, asparagus, just food. They were having fruit, things that I was scared of. They were having butter or peanut butter. They were having bread. They were having carbs, things that I thought would make you fat. So when I started researching into what it went into bodybuilding, I was shocked at the amount of food these girls ate and how skinny they were and how good they looked. And here I was thinking, I'm restricting all my calories because I want to look like that or look skinny like that. And here I am, definitely not looking good. And it's been years that I've been doing this. So obviously I am doing something wrong. And the more and more I looked into it, I realized that you have to eat in order to build muscle, and you have to not just do cardio like I used to, and you have to start incorporating weight training. That will change your body, it will change how you look, it will change how you feel, and it will help your metabolism speed up so you could burn more calories throughout the day, which means you could eat more. And so about 2 years ago, I decided to completely change my life. I don't know what happened. I think I was smarter. I became an adult. I don't know. But I was just like, this is stupid. When to start stepping up my game, I need to change my life. I need to start taking care of my health, because that is number one. And I was realizing that I was definitely lacking there. I was starting to have health issues, and it was finally like, yeah, you are doing this to your body. This is what's happening, and you are to blame 100%. So when that happened, I was just kind of very upset at myself that I would let such things happen to myself. And I just decided to give it a try, give bodybuilding a try. So I went out and I followed on bodybuilding.com. It was called Jamie Eason's Lift It 12-week program. And there was a meal plan. So for the first time in my life, I went to the grocery store and I bought chicken, eggs, I bought protein powder, I bought just different foods, potatoes, sweet potatoes, bread, peanut butter, things that I was always extremely scared of because they're higher in calories. And I decided to just give it a go. I remember the first meal I ever sat down that I made. It was chicken, there was rice, and like vegetables or something like that, and then rice cakes with peanut butter. And I remember making the food and just sitting down at my kitchen table and just staring at the food and at the plate and thinking, I don't remember the last time I ever saw a plate filled with food that wasn't vegetables and salad and just very low calorie foods. And there was something like stressful about it, and kind of my brain telling me not to, and just like, go forget it, just go back to your old ways. And I was like, no, I need to do this. I'm gonna eat this whole thing by myself, and I'm gonna do it. And I remember eating the entire thing, and every bite, it was kind of weird because it was like, oh wow, this tastes so good. Like, I'm so satisfied. I feel like my body was missing this protein for so many years. I lacked protein and fats as well. And I remember eating the whole thing and just being really proud of myself. Then I went to the gym, and I remember saying, you cannot do cardio, you are gonna go do weight training. So I followed her workout plan for that day, and I felt really good. The program changed my life, and now I am not scared of food. I can eat whatever I want. I don't think there are good and bad foods. I'm not scared of carbs. I'm not scared of fat. I love eating, and eating has definitely changed my body. I've built muscle, and I am finally happy with how I look, and it's really rewarding at the end. So if I can help one of you guys achieve that goal, or if I can kind of shine a little bit of light on your end, if you are struggling with something like me, then just know that it works. Eating will help you. And if you do suffer from an eating disorder, don't be like me and just not ask for help or push everybody away from you when they are trying to help. You need help, and I swear once you get out of it, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and you will be okay. You will not gain all the weight that you think. Yes, I gained all the way back. I am 130 pounds now, but I am happy, and I built a lot of muscle, and yeah. So I know this is a really weird subject, but it's something that I feel like I had to share with you guys because I want to be a role model, and I want to help anyone who may be struggling with this, because I wish I would have listened to somebody like me earlier and know that, okay, you could change your body, you could look like you want to look, and that the answer is not just restricting calories and a lot of cardio. That combination does not work, and neither does obsessing over numbers. Anything that becomes obsessive, it's just bad, and you need to step away from it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, or if you want to reach out to me because you have any issues, you have my contact information on my Facebook or on my Instagram. And yeah, so hopefully you guys learned from this, and just know that it is very common, and it is not as easy as you think, as like, oh yeah, just get out of this eating disorder. It's very, very hard, and I feel for anyone who has that still. And yeah, thanks for watching. See ya, guys.